Dr. Ken Gordon, spiritual leader for Centers for Spiritual Living, coming to you with our third week for the month of May for 2018, talking about spiritual laws and how to use them. Our topic today is mental equivalent, and it's brought to us by Dr. Francione, who comes from the Sacred Arts and Living Center from Oakland, California. In our teaching, we believe that there is a mental equivalent or a spiritual prototype that reflects everything that exists in our experience. That's whether it be an emotional experience, whether it be a mental or a physical experience, that everything has a mental equivalent that lies behind it. That is a mold that has been constructed in our minds, which draws and attracts to it everything and all things necessary to duplicate it exactly. Therefore, we can fall back on what I said last week, is what we have in our lives is what we think, and what we think becomes and draws and attracts what it is that we have in our lives. Good news and bad news. But the good news really is you can change your thinking and therefore change your life. Dr. Thomas Troward said, "We create the nucleus which attracts to itself its own correspondence in due order until the finished work is manifested on the external plane. Our thought of anything forms a spiritual prototype of it, thus constituting a nucleus or center of attraction for all conditions necessary to its eventual externalization by a law of growth inherent in the prototype itself." And that comes from the Edinburgh Lectures. In Living the Science of Mind, page 245, Dr. Holmes says, "Spiritual mind healing is a revelation even though we go through a process to arrive at it. Each must work out their own method and pursue their own logic. If their method and logic lead them to the right conclusion, they'll be rewarded by an affirmative answer." And he also says, "The measure of our faith in the infinite is the measure of our capacity to draw from the infinite. This is why the great teacher, Jesus, said, 'It is done unto you as you believe.' It is according to our mental acceptance or mental equivalence, according to our faith, that life manifests through us." In other words, every belief that you have creates a form, and that form enters into your experience and into your life. If you don't like the experience you're having, then it demands upon us to be able to get a bigger idea behind it, to grow and expand it, whether it be in health, wealth, creative expression, or loving relationships, to understand that we can have more of life itself, or we can have life on our own terms, if but we create within our minds the ability and the form in order to be able to create it. Once we understand this as a human race, what will happen is everything unlike it will cease to exist. Suddenly what we will do is we will start really reflecting the truth of our being, which is the love, the light, the beauty, the joy, the power, into all of our experiences and into life itself. At that point, we'll have actually arrived at our vision, which is the bigger idea that I speak about. And that vision is to create a world that works for everyone. It doesn't need us to do very much except as a race, as a macro to the micro, to be able to create a collective consciousness in our society that actually holds these things to be true and has a bigger idea of the potential and the possibility of life itself. So have a great week, have a great Sunday service, and God bless you. Please know that you're loved.